I forgot a couple of things in the background here. Okay, so good morning, everybody. This is our live video streaming out to Facebook, YouTube, and hopefully Twitter. Oh, well, if there's anybody left over there. Um, my name is Andrea. I am your host here at the Quilting Shed in beautiful and sunny Hanwell, New Brunswick, just outside of Fredericton. Um, Funny t-shirt of the day. I do all my own stunts. Broken arm. Because I broke my arm. In case you missed the last video, which was not live, but it was probably about 3 weeks ago. Done busted my arm. At least it's a little bust. It's more of a crack, a couple of sprains. Thankfully, non-dominant hand. The arm is healing. The bruise is a little bit, you can see there. It doesn't go all the way. It was just this way, but the massive bruise here, big swelling here. Went roller skating and fell. Not fell on the ice, no, fell roller skating onto concrete. And I had wrist guards, but I gave them to my granddaughter to use because grandmas do those things. Okay, on to the quilting stuff. I had helpers last week and some of the brains not working up to speed anymore. So we haven't had a new video in a while, even though the shop has been back to open. This is my first week with no helpers, which is also okay. Good morning to Chloe's Quilting Cafe. Me and Danielle are friends. Hi. Could be Prissa. I don't know. Hopefully my mom's in there somewhere too, in the comments. So yeah, we've had delays on pretty much everything. January was a total wash for me. Don't know about you, but crossing my fingers as best I can. See, I can barely cross these fingers. Crossing my fingers as best as I can. And hoping February turns out better because January, quite frankly, was not good on all kinds of levels. But we have new things. New things finally came. Bunch of stuff showed up yesterday. Lots of restocking showed up last week. And I have got to say an awesome shout out to all of the helpers who have come by and volunteered their time so graciously, apparently to live out their dream to work in a quilt shop. They've had tons of fun learning how things go on the shelf, learning how Andrea likes things folded, which I'm only joking about that because I'd be like, how do you want this folded? I'm like, whatever way looks neat. You're here helping me. I'm not going to be picky about how you're folding fabric. As long as it makes sense and as long as the bolts are put on the shelf so people can still read the price tags, we're good to go. That hurt a little. Ouch. See, I still do things without thinking because even though I'm left-handed, I tend to use my right hand for a heck of a lot of things. I'm sort of ambidextrous. Anyway, let's see if we can get through this without hurting myself. Paper cut my fingers the other night too. That was super great. So we can start with sale stuff. One of the bonuses of having somebody else look at your things is they see things that you are blind to because you've been looking at them so long. So one of my helpers cleaned the supply cupboard within an inch of its life. She's hauling out stuff and was like, what's this, Andrea? Oh, that's a thing I didn't price and get out. So, well, you know, Andrea, people can't buy it if it's in the supply closet. So find out how much it is and I'll find a spot to put it. Yeah, it was like having another mother or like 87 aunties, which could be bad, could be good. It was good because they left at the end of the day and I could go have a nap. But yeah, we got a lot done. And some of the things they helped me with, because they were going down my ongoing to-do list like crazy. And I said to Gwen, if we have to start cleaning out what's under the desk, that's bad. It's bad down there. So we have new markdowns. Tried to do this without digging out a bunch of bolts because I can't pull them very well. So these are the fat quarters from the Feathered Nest collection. The Feathered Nest has now been marked down to, there's a couple more prints than this. They are showing on the website. They're marked down to $10 a meter. And we discovered the website said I didn't have any panels left that match this. I do. I had like 5 of them. I know. I'm super impressed. The other old fabric that's been marked down is Sail Away. There's only about 5 prints left of this one. This was a skinny bolt. I could lift this pretty decently. So that's also down to $10 a meter. Woo! We still have a pile of clearance left. One of my helpers has consolidated it all in one spot. So if you are interested in some $5 a meter clearance fabrics, I got you covered. On to some other things. Some of the stuff that we have a box of clearance patterns and books too that we're hiding. So yeah. On to some of the things that we're hiding. These Q-snap frames. I have a couple of these that are 11 by 11 for $15. And I have one that's 17 by 17. That's $20. You can use this for hand quilting. Just a nice square frame with the snaps to keep your work tight so you can work on it. So that's that. Whew. And then the new things showed up. Let's talk about fabric because we all want to see pretty new fabric. This was delayed from December. It is called Calm Waters from Figo Fabrics. And oh my God, it's very pretty. It's got this nice, I cracked open one of the fat quarters because there's no way I can hold up all the bolts for you. But this nice, really, it's got the soft beigey sands and narwhals. Ah, so cute. Wrong hand. This nice diagonal diamond gingham. Interesting spin on a check. Great for binding and little accent pieces. Schools of fishies. Look at that. Isn't that cute? A nice generic star print that would probably work very well with some things you already own. This nice geometric with some anchors and fishies. Jellyfish on a nice gray with the sagey blue and stuff. The narwhal print again in a charcoal, which is great. The microwave saying the coffee is ready. This is probably my favorite print with the seagulls here. I like this dude here. He's kind of derpy looking. If you've ever lived near where seagulls congregate, this has captured the spirit of seagulls quite well. And I'm just very tickled by that particular print. This is a really nice treasure map, pirate map. It's got the whales on it and everything. It's very cute. Some of my recuperating time was spent watching terrible pirate movies. They were bad. Bad movies from the 90s. Another one of the geometric prints, but in blue. And a nice Bay of Fundy tidal pool seaweed print. Doesn't that absolutely look like what you would find at the beach around here in the dark browns and beiges? And very, very nice. So these are all 17 a meter. Not quite on the website, but that's on my list for today. And we have fat quarters, and we also have the layer cake. Nice layer cake for you to get going. So since a layer cake does have, and they call these tiles, it does have 40 pieces in it, 42 pieces. So it's got multiple 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's got 3 or 4 or more copies of every print in it. You do have multiples, and it does look great. I just got in a few fat quarter packs of some various prints because I was tickled by kawaii breakfast. Kawaii is Japanese for cute. Milk and tea with happy faces, circly dots, breakfast. I mean, it says rise to shine. Well, we rose anyway. Toast and eggs with smiles. Waffles. Oh, hearts in your coffee. Another toast and eggs, but on yellow. There's those ones. And I could not resist Pinata Party. And of course, the associated taco trucks, hot peppers, spaced out for a minute, confetti, rainbow pinata, crepe paper, also more taco trucks because who doesn't love a taco truck? Now I want tacos. Tell ya, it's never ending. So, more new things. I swear, it's just all over. Sometimes we restock the notions and then we throw in a few more things as people request them. Now, I did get my new long arm. If you've been following the saga all along, I had a long arm. I stopped taking in new customers. Long arm's very big. Sold the old long arm, multiple reasons, perfectly fine. New owners, perfectly happy with it. I bought a smaller one. Still not taking in work for customers. Not that I could work on it anyway. I have one customer that I do stuff for, and that's where I'm going to keep it probably. Janet, I love you. So I got my new long arm, and I got it all together after some shipping delays. Like 2 boxes showed up right before Christmas, and the rest of it showed up after New Year. Lots of phone calling and emailing and trying to find out where my boxes were. So anyway, I had it all set up, all together, took it for a test drive, absolutely love it. Said to the husband, I'm going to quilt all this weekend, but first I'm going to take the grandbaby roller skating. And we know how that worked out. Hello, Sharon. Carlinda. I wonder if Carlinda's at the retreat or not. Shout out to the Keswick ladies at the retreat. Today you're all leaving to go to the retreat for the rest of the week. So yeah, long arm. So I had to order long arm pins because I didn't have any, and it's getting hard to find the clip things that I like to put in my leaders. So I thought I'd try the pins for a while. If you need new long arm pins, I got some. The other thing I got that was hiding in the closet was, this is just one of them, but these are light bulbs for your sewing machines. There's 4 different generic kinds, pop in, LED, screw in. They're only $4 a piece. So, and I mean, you can bring them in if it's the wrong size and take them back. That's fine. Somebody else, Brenda down in Cambridge Narrows, told me about these sewing machine cleaning brushes. So don't blow in your sewing machine. Take a little brush like this and you can poke in there and get into everything. Apparently these are very good. That is really neat. Oh, you can make them shorter. They are from Eleanor Burns and quilting at $7 to keep your stuff tidy. I know I've dug out a cotton swab sometimes to go around like the bobbin case, but I'm always concerned about adding more fibers. The other new thing is I like my blue Mark Be Gone pencil, but it's constantly back ordered and out of stock. But this one has the blue water soluble marker on one end and the air soluble marker on the other. Now, some of the people with the water soluble markers, they're a little hesitant because they're like, oh, well, I wasn't going to wash it right away. You don't have to wash it. We're talking squirt bottle with some water. Comes right out. You don't have to like wash it. It's just spray some water in it. Comes right out. That's the one I like to use. Speaking of spray bottles, the bigger best press is in. We won't talk about my verbal typos. And they all come with a new squirty bottle thingy like here. I have extra because everybody's just gets a new bottle and they're like, I have one of these at home. I have like maybe 15 extra squirt bottle thingies, and these will fit on pop bottles as well. So if you want one, I will give you one. I will give you 2. Just say, I just want one of them squirt bottle things. I don't even care what you use it for. Just say, you've got extra. I want one. Come in and get one. And unlike everything else, the best price did not go up. So these are on sale for $12. I couldn't believe it either. It's like, I think the price went down. So I normally charge like 15-ish. I think at one point they were 16, but they're on sale for 12 whole dollars. So there's that. My mom says, just because I love you so much. I know, right? There's just lots of odds and ends and things that as I was checking out places, it was like, I'll get some of these, and I'll get some of that. May have been on some good painkillers. Who knows? At least everything made sense when I unpacked it, or when my helpers all unpacked it. Some of these I had to go back and look because they were so efficient. I had barely had time to look. So I did get some laser cut quilt kits. These are for wall hangings, and they are applique. These are like little campers. I know you all like camping, so there's 3 versions here. There's this one and this one. I think that one's my favorite. And this one. That one's pretty cute too. So the laser cut kit's like this. It has the fabric in here, and the fabric is all pre-cut except for a couple little pieces that you just snip very carefully. It's already fused. So you just pop the pieces out. I know. Lay them down and iron them and then start stitching. So I always tell people I don't like applique. I don't like doing applique. I love how it looks. I love quilting it. And I have done one of their kits before. And the part that I don't like about applique is tracing all the pieces and cutting out all the pieces. And this eliminates that step. And they're $30 kits, and they are 18 by 30. So a nice fair size wall hanging, super cute. You get to practice all this adorable quilting. And you can do your fancy stitches around everything, and you don't have to mess with the whole cutting out and fusing part. You just fuse it together. But I know. So to me, that was a win. Stupid arm. If you're interested in those kits, you'll have to come see me, because no, they aren't on the website. Even though I can sort of type, I get tired really quickly, and then my arm starts to hurt if I do too much. So I got all the way to 4 o'clock yesterday before I really petered out, and that's an improvement, because some days I was getting all the way to like maybe 1:30, and then I need a nap. I didn't have a nap yesterday, so I'm doing good. So the last one, I actually got this way. There we go. The unicorn kit in sapphire, because she's got. Look at how pretty is that? Isn't that like, I would hang this in my room? But we all know I'm a 12-year-old girl inside. So this 24 by 24, and it is 36, and it is the kit. So you get the fabric shown, you get to make this, and it's got the pattern in it. So you'd be able to make it again with your own fabric. If you're like, I don't want the fabric, I like cutting things out, I also got the pattern. $22 for the pattern. I didn't get the patterns for the campers. Sorry. They didn't have them. But if you like unicorns, like I like unicorns, you can do the pattern. So there's that. I did get new patterns. I might have had more than one person who was not related to me saying, I have more than enough patterns. Please don't order any more patterns before you sell more patterns. But then patterns were already on order. So like, what can I do? Somebody asked, is my best press unscented? Yes, always. We have scent allergies here in the house, and some of them are bad enough that if I buy scented products still in the bottle, scent can bother me sometimes. So always unscented, unless a company sends me like a sample package and it's already got scented, and then I give them away as quickly as possible. Speaking of other patterns, I kind of like this one. It is the pattern, not the kit, but it is for a pillow, and it says, Quilter's gonna stash. We're all guilty. We're going to stash. But you can make a nice pillow or a wall hanging. You could do a lot with this. You could use your scraps for this, which is kind of obvious. But yeah, that's a fun one. I do have multiple copies of this. And I restocked the Elephant Abstractions pattern. So I have multiple copies of this because somebody needed, and I did this for them, somebody needed more of the colors. They didn't want to run out. They had some of the colors, but they wanted more of the colors. I ordered the colors. So we have all the colors to make this. Also, I can kit this up for you. I've done the math of the pricing. So all the fabric you need for this would come to $120 approximately. but you would need to let me know in advance that you want it so I can get some helpers to help me cut it, because that's where I fall down these days, is cutting fabric, which I will talk about next before we get on to the rest. So with the long ruler, I can't splay my hand out like this to hold the ruler down, and I can't really put a lot of weight on it. So what I had been doing was just putting my full arm down on the big long ruler and cutting, but it slides on the other end. So somebody gave me the idea, put a weight on it. I can't use the handle grips either because you have to actually have a grip to grip the handles, and I have no grip, so I can't use the grips, the big handly grips. But I got a nice heavy this is like super heavy, and I've been putting it on the ruler, and I can just barely rest my hand on it. Just hold my hand there. It's not adding any weight or anything, and cut around, and it's working. I actually trimmed up some blocks yesterday with my 4-inch square ruler. I will show you these. They're right in front of me. Look at that. I've been slowly chipping away at this block of the month. That starts next month. This month, I've almost got the sign-ups ready. It's coming, but I have to get ahead of you. But I had to trim up some blocks. Please don't laugh. It's cute though. My work isn't 100% precise, but this is what the setting blocks will look like for the block of the month thingy that we're doing. This goes in between all the other blocks. I've got a couple more I've got to put in there. So I had somebody help me cut the bulk of the fabric for that, and I'm just kind of, like I said, chipping away. And I'm able to cut some things, but I have to get to a spot where it's like, if it starts to hurt, I gotta stop. I know, and I have to remember to take my meds. Oh, so tough being a grown-up. Oh, this is terrible. It's okay, we're almost there. Other thing that came in, it's two-handed. That's how bad my arms are. Scrappiness is happiness. If you didn't get it for Christmas, I have more copies of these books, very good books from Lori Holt. You can start going through your stash and quilting the heck out of it. This will really help you use up your stash and make some pretty quilts. And to keep track of all these quilts that you're making, the Quilter's Project Planner. You know, I love planners. This one is undated because all you are doing is keeping track of projects. It's got the my year, what you're working on this year. This side is actually glossy, so you could probably dry erase this. And it's got lots of space here, so you could probably use it as perpetual, how many quilts you're going to do in January? 1, unless you're me. So you could probably just put the year after each project and use this for probably a good 5 years. I would, just until it's full. And then you've got project planners. You can keep all your quilt info, all the notes that you have, swatch boards and inspiration. Oh my good Lord, this is great. All your notes, a quilt gift tracker, contacts in the quilting world. I should probably fill it in with my shop. References and charts at the back. Oh man, that is handy. Even yardage for quilt backing. It's the same kind of thing that I use in my shop. So yeah, and this would make a really nice gift for somebody too. Keep track of all their quilting projects, especially if they're forgetful like me and they have trouble speaking sometimes because their words just poof. Yeah, we still hadn't fully recovered from COVID in terms of exhaustion. And then my aunt died. Then I had an accident. It's just, that's why January was heck. So sometimes I do get overly tired and the words just don't come out. But The other books, ooh, this one's only 12 and this one is 20. The Turning 20 series, this is Turning 10. Basically, the 10 fat quarters, you can make each one of these quilts, which is great. That's pretty. That's pretty. What was this? $12 and it's got like 3 quilts in it. Oh, geez, that's a bargain. This one was more of a block of the month and it's got stars in it. I love starry quilts. Absolutely love them. This too would be great for using up a special stack of fat quarters in your life or whatever else you have, like all your scraps and stuff. Everybody's trying to use up their stashes. So the last thing, I got this ready myself. When I'm getting ready, it doesn't matter if I just move one or things at a time. I can't hold them all up for you. Anyway, as you know, Martingale Publishing is closing its doors. So they had a sale, and that sale extended all the way to that were selling their quilts. So I brought in a number of titles where I one each. So these are one-off titles. You can't get them again. Definitely can't get them at this price. Price them all at $22. So if you're looking for new quilt books, this is a good time to come through and check out, like, I'm just going to just show them quickly. So you can see some of these titles. A lot of them, they're very pretty. It's the usual quality you expect from Martingale Publishing. They're just clearing them out because they're not doing them anymore. Moda, that's all Charm Pack quilts. Happy Quilts. Did I look at this one? Some of them will be applique, some of them will be scrappy, whatever. This one's really scrappy, but they're really happy. All different levels. Here's a Pat Sloan one for holidays. Here's another Pat Sloan one for holidays. Moda all-time favorites. So there's going to be great ones in there. 14 patchwork patterns for little quilts. Oh, yeah. Love that one. 2 of a kind quilts. 2 quilts are better than 1. 12 scrappy. Twice the fun. So 2 designers. Oh, that's cute. Cool. That's some good stuff in there. So that's that one. I like that one. Make It Mini with a splash of embroidery. For some reason, I actually got 2 of these. I can think of a couple of people who would love those. Plain and fancy quilt, plain quilts, and some applique quilts. Quilts to warm your home all year long. Like I said, like there's quilts for everything in here. Oh, there's some good ones. Snuggle Up 12 cozy lap quilts and nap quilts. Also some good ones in here. So if you are in the market for a quilt book for only $22 with like dozens of quilts in every book, I got you covered here. And you're supporting your local quilt shop. Oh, that would be me. So yeah, that's what's been going on here. New fabric, calm waters, assorted notions all over the shop have been restocked. So if there was something you saw earlier when you ran or you didn't see it, and I said, yeah, I have to reorder that, it's likely in now. Yay. See how I'm having trouble speaking? That's the tired's kicking in. So yeah, as always, questions, if you got them, I might have answers. Eventually I will have answers. More tea. And I do have a list here. And the other last minute item is it's February 1st and I have Valentine's Day fabrics and a lot of red and white. Whew. So I think that's it. Anyway, we are back up to speed with our schedule. We're just going to plug along as best as we can. You guys are awesome. Next week, I should have even more new fabric. I don't know where I'm putting it either. And just keep on trucking, everybody. It's the best we can do is put one foot in front of the other, because as long as you do that, you're still moving. As they say, you woke up on the right side of the ground this morning. That's all we can hope for. We can still quilt. So there's that. I can still quilt. I was so happy when the doctor said, Can't see why you shouldn't be able to quilt. If it hurts, just stop. Okay. All right. I will catch you later.